In our present survey of the cultural scenario in the subcontinent during the Mauryan period, let us proceed with a study of languages and literature. There is little doubt that the Mauryan period was connected with the study of Sanskrit language. This classical language had already been well established in the subcontinent, particularly in the northern part of the subcontinent, even before the arrival of the Mauryas. The Maurya period, or perhaps the very last phase of the Maurya period, witnessed the composition of a major commentary on the great Sanskrit work on grammar, the grammar of Panini. The commentary in early 2nd century BC on the grammar of Panini was composed by Patanjali. This commentary is known as the Mahabhashya, the great commentary on the Panini's grammar. It is likely that Sanskrit was the major language for writing technical treatises and religious texts, particularly the Brahmanical religious texts. We cannot forget that at least a part of the earliest portions of the Arthashastra could have been composed in 3rd century BC, a period when the Mauryas were ruling over the subcontinent. But at the same time, another form of Shastric literature could have been in vogue, the Dharma Sutras, in which we find the first attempt at codification of social norms, customs, usages on the basis of the Vedic ideology or Brahmanical ideology, were being composed between 4th century BC and 2nd century BC, a period that roughly covers the Mauryan times. However, the most interesting aspect of language and literature is the existence of Prakrit language. The Mauryan period is marked by a very decisive and clear preference by Ashoka for Prakrit language to Sanskrit for writing his messages on stone and also rock surfaces. There were varied types of different dialects of Prakrit languages marked by regional features, which are plainly visible if one scans the peculiarities of language of the edicts of Ashoka. So once again, we find a diversity in the linguistic scenario. Ashoka also used two non-Indian languages for the northwestern part of his realm, namely Aramaic and Greek. Once again, that speaks of linguistic diversity. It is most likely that greater parts of peninsular India and perhaps the farthest south was familiar with the use of Dravidian languages, though Ashoka did not use any Dravidian language for the dissemination of his ideas, his instructions in peninsular part of India.